Hi, do you have an autistic preschooler that is addicted to sugar? If so, you want to stick around this video. I'm going to discuss that issue with you and give you some tips on what you can do to start lowering your child's sugar consumption. If you're a parent looking to gain a better quality of life for your autistic child, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so that you will be notified of future videos once they're created. I'm Darren Lewis, founder of the Nutritional Spectrum, and I help parents just like you implement a more nutritious lifestyle for your child on the autism spectrum so that the entire family can gain a better quality of life. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the concern of sugar addiction in autistic preschoolers. Let's get started. I would like to start by saying that sugar is about 8 times more addictive than cocaine. So this alone lets you know that your child being addicted to sugar is not uncommon. If your child is addicted, it's something that a lot of children are facing today. To add to this, many children on the autism spectrum have what is known as dysbiosis. This makes matters even worse because their body is craving the sweets and the pastries and everything, the packaged food that has all the sugar in it. They're craving it. So that makes matters even worse for them. It is so important to start lowering your child's sugar intake when they're young, because then it stops the addiction. It makes them not crave it. Once you start fixing their gut bacteria and improving their diet, they are less likely to want to crave the sugary foods that they once ate before. Just like I said before, sugar is in so many different products that it's so difficult to avoid if you don't pay attention. So the first thing you want to do is to pay attention to the foods your child is eating if you're trying to avoid sugar. Another important fact about sugar is that many Americans are eating more than they realize. And this goes for our children too. Us as parents, we're feeding our children more sugar than we even realize. The average American eats more than 50 pounds of sugar per year. That's a lot of sugar. I would like to hear from you in the comments. Have you did anything to lower your child's sugar intake? If so, let me know what they were. Now I want to talk about some of the negative effects that sugar has on your child's health. Did you know sugar could be the culprit of obesity? If you have a child on the autism spectrum and they're overweight, please consider lowering their sugar intake. This is not the only thing you need to do to help with obesity, but it's one of the things that is sneaking in your child's diet that you might not be aware of. Sugar also suppresses your child's immune system. If your child is constantly sick or catching all of the bugs that go around when they're in school or at home, or they're constantly having issues with their immune system, please consider looking into the amount of sugar you're feeding your child. Sugar can also contribute to things such as childhood diabetes. It also can affect learning. If your child has difficulty focusing and concentrating and learning, you want to look at how much sugar you're feeding your child. You will be surprised at the amount of sugar that is in something as small as a piece of a popsicle or a piece of candy. You would be amazed. If your child is constantly eating sugary beverages, drinking sodas, anything like that, that sugar intake can be so high that you may not realize it. Next, I want to talk about how you can reduce your child's sugar intake. The number one thing you want to do is read labels. It is so important to start reading labels and pay attention, because sugar sneaks into small things. You would be amazed that breads have sugar in it. Sauces have sugar in it. Seasons even have sugar in it. Sugar is in so many different things. If you don't read the label, you would never know how much sugar your child is consuming. The next thing is to stop adding excessive sugar into products that you're giving your child. If you're cooking something for your child, make sure the recipe is not using sugar. If so, substitute with a more natural sweetener. A lot of people use honey, other fruits as sweeteners. That's natural sugar. Please stay away from adding any additional sugar to any recipes that you're making if you're trying to lower your child's sugar intake. Finally, you want to cook more at home. I just talked about how you can remove excess sugar from recipes, but cooking your child's food at home is another way to reduce sugar, because if you're going out to eat a lot, you're not able to read labels in the back. You get your food and you go. You don't know what sugar is in which product. Sugar can be in buns. Sugar can be in sodas. I mean, it is in all of these products that you're giving your child, and it's hard to identify when you're not cooking at home. So that's one of the things that I would suggest you do to help lower your child's sugar intake. Now, as you're lowering your child's sugar intake, be on the lookout for detox reactions, because it's addictive. Things will happen if you start taking away sugar from your child. Opt for more of the natural sweeteners, such as fruit, nuts, unsweet granola, nut butters, popcorn, veggie sticks, yogurt, fresh fruit. All of these things are items you can use as snacks or alternatives to all of the high sugary products you might be feeding your child. I mentioned earlier about alternative sweeteners you can use. A lot of people are opting to use more honey, which is a natural sweetener. Also, people are using maple syrup. I do want to caution you to use that in moderation. moderation. It should not be where you substitute everything for honey and eating the same amount of it. You should lower your intake of sweeteners in general. So try to use substitutes when possible, but aim for a more cleaner, less sugar products, such as fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, a popcorn, stuff that I mentioned before. That will help you when it comes to trying to get your child off of the sugar and eating a more healthier option. I believe removing sugar or lowering sugar in your child's diet is a great step to helping your child gain a better quality of life. I have created a free PDF that you can download using the link in the description below that will share with you some recipes you can use that are all sugar free, and you can try them at home and see if your child enjoys them. To access this download, click the link in the description below. If this video was valuable to you, please remember to share, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and ring the bell so you will be notified of future videos. I'm truly excited to be a part of your autism journey, and I hope to see you in future videos. But until then, remember to never give up, because your child's quality of life truly matters. Thank you.